Hello students. In this lecture video, I'll be telling you about the different types of muscle and the structure of a muscle fiber. So let's get started. Muscle is derived from the mesodermal layer of the germ cell, that is the middle layer. Now, what are the properties of a muscle? They get excited, they can contract, they are flexible, elastic, and they will contract and relax for the movement. Now, there are three types of muscles: skeletal, visceral, and cardiac. Let us look at it one by one. Skeletal muscles are in close association with our skeleton of the body. They have striated appearance, so they are called as striated muscles. Their activities are under the voluntary control, so these are voluntary muscles. And these are mainly involved in changing of the posture, in the movement, and the locomotory actions. Next, coming to visceral muscles. Viscera means the internal part. So these muscles are located in the inner walls of the organs like alimentary canal, reproductive tract, respiratory tract, and they do not have any striations. So these can be called as non-striated muscles. And because of their nature, they can be called as smooth muscles. So mainly these are not under our control, means these are under the involuntary control. So these are involuntary muscles. They have variety of role to play, like transportation of food and transfer of gametes. Next is cardiac muscles. From the word cardiac, it means that it is present in the heart. So these are the muscles of the heart. They have branched shape, means they have a branching pattern, and they also have striations. So they can also be called as striated muscles. Next, let us understand the structure of a skeletal muscle in order to understand mechanism of contraction. So in this lecture video, I'll be covering the structure of the muscle fiber, mainly the skeletal muscle. Now, the skeletal muscles in our body, it is made up of certain filaments which can together be called as muscle bundles or fascicles, which are joined together with a connective tissue called as fascia. You can see over here, these are the muscle bundles which are connected together with the help of these connective tissues which are referred to as fascia, these parts. And inside it is the muscle cell which can be called as a myocyte. The cell membrane of the myocyte is called as sarcolemma. The cytoplasm is called as sarcoplasm, and the endoplasmic reticulum present inside the muscle cell is called as sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is a storehouse of calcium ions. So these, we can say, the muscle bundles have certain filaments in the sarcoplasm called as myofilaments or myofibrils. Each myofibril, they can have dark as well as light band. Because of this, children, the striated appearance is seen. Now, let us see what are these dark and light bands. Actin and myosin are two important muscle proteins. Actin is forming the thin filament and myosin forms the thick filament. So, we can say that actin forms the light band, which is called as I band or isotropic band, whereas the opposite of it is A band or anisotropic band, that is myosin, which is forming the thick or dark band. Now, let us see the arrangement of these muscle proteins, the structure of the muscle fiber. See over here, just look at this structure once. These are constituting the light bands, and this one is the dark band, or you can say this is actin, thin filament, and this is myosin, the thick filament. I will just zoom in. Now see how they are arranged. They are arranged parallel to each other. You can see over here. Now, in between these thin filaments, there is a line called as Z line or Z line. Again, this dark one is the Z line. Next, coming to this region where only thick filament is present. Yes, you can see this region where only thick filament is there. No overlapping of thick and thin filament. This is referred to as H zone. And in this axis, if we draw one line, this is called as M line. Now, the two Z lines, basically, that region is called as a sarcomere. So, the sarcomere, children, is the most functional part of a muscle protein. So, over here, if you see this anatomy of muscle fiber over here, you can see These two lines are the Z lines, and this whole portion is referred to as sarcomere. In between, you are having the H zone, and in the center, this is the M line. So the contraction and relaxation of muscles happens through this shortening of sarcomeres, which I will discuss in the next lecture video.